before we get started on this, I want to recap on something that we talked about at team meeting, which was about structure. So what structures do we put in place so that we are able to generate the appointments, have the conversations that we're supposed to be having, right? What are the things that are sucking away our time that we can replace with structure so that we're not spending a bunch of time every day trying to figure out what to do to get a client, right? So what are some genuine things that are happening right now? Problems, pain points, time sucking activities. What does your schedule look like? What is going on in your day to day that is gaining you appointments or stopping you from getting appointments? So like sometimes you break your schedule that you set, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That happens all the time.
Yeah.
What else are you doing? Do you think open houses are enough to generate all the business that you need?
I don't think so.
No, right?
No. So my thing is,
What's the big thing?
If I'm not showing houses, then I have to be posting open houses.
That's like the rule you set for yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
And then what stops you from actually actively doing that?
Procrastinating, like the open houses, like waiting to the last minute to do it because I'm like chasing the qualified buyers that I have right now, trying to get them to commit for the weekend.
So you're on real estate roller coaster mode.
Yeah.
When you're busy, you're busy, so you're not prospecting. You're working with clients, and then when there's no clients, you start prospecting again. You go up and down. Okay. So this newsletter situation, this email strategy puts in structure in place that can be happening to fill these gaps. Okay. So these are ways to fill the in-betweens of the showings, the open houses, the conversations that you guys are having on the phones, the buyer seminars, whatever you guys are doing to generate leads, right? That's the main goal of this. So this is not a time-sucking activity or something that is a waste of a non-money making activity, okay? This is a money-making activity because it's having conversations for you at scale. The more people you can talk to, the more appointments that you can set, the more frequently they see you, the more they trust you. So email is a really, really good way of capturing that and having the right conversations with the right people. Couple that with HomeBot, like you sign up buyers and sellers through those links specifically, and then you're putting those lists. So emails that matter to sellers are going to sellers, emails that matter to buyers are going to buyers, and you've got yourself a really, really winning strategy. So think about this as structure, not so much. I literally took a screenshot from there. Think of this as structure, though, not as a time-sucking activity or something that you want to be spending a bunch of time on and losing out on prospecting or losing out on open houses or losing out on showings or conversations. This is something you set up, you get into the habit of doing it. It takes 30 minutes a month max. Once you get the template set up and you're off to the races, you can have this going in place. Okay. So I have not 12, but 16 topics to hit on. And realistically, it's like 20 because you can just keep on cycling through these different templates. Okay. I have who to target. I have the exact subject lines for you guys to use. And then I have the structure of the email. And then I have resources for you guys to use. Okay. So all of this is there. That's there. It's done for you. You're good to start there.
Where is this located?
You want to take a guess?
University.
Boom. Marketing. So marketing, Inspire University. It'll be under the GeoFarm section. Okay. Geographic farming. Okay. Okay. So let's go through a few of the topics that we have. First is your welcome email. The welcome email includes a buyer or seller guide. They're either buyers or sellers. One call to action, buyer and seller guide. Thanks for joining my newsletter. Here are some ideas and things that you can expect from my newsletter. Attaches buyer seller guide for download.
Do we have a template?
A
buyer seller guide?
Yes, we do. We go to Keeping Current Matters. We press buyer and seller guide.
Okay, cool.
Okay. You guys all have access to this, whether it's your own account or ours. And then you're going to download it. And it's Nest neutral branding. No team leads, no team names, just Nest, the brokerage. Okay. Download English, Spanish. Things to consider when selling your house. English, Spanish. First time home buyer guide. English, Spanish. Okay. Insanely powerful. Then equity review farm. Okay. We have a script written for that. It's already a video. So we'll pull up I'll put Sandy on blast.
Oh, no, you're gonna play the video?
So we've got Cindy. Okay. So this is a perfect newsletter intro for equity reviews. Okay. That's one. And then where is Sandy? I had you in here. Okay. So I've templatized these pieces. Okay. So see this right here, how it says how much, right? And then it says equity review. So this thumbnail is available. You take this thumbnail, you replace Sandy with your face. You change the colors from purple to red or green or black or whatever your color is to pink, right? And you're off to the races on your newsletter template. Let's say you don't have time for video. You're too embarrassed. You didn't get your Botox done in time, but you want to put this out. Okay. You just grab the equity review script that she read and make that the written copy of the email of the newsletter. Okay. So even more so, I'll show you how we're doing this. Okay. We're building a newsletter. Remember, I said that was the main goal. So putting it all together, it's not just the subject lines. So we'll go to Canva. And you're going to pull this up. I don't care what your design is. If you like this, you like this. If you don't, change it. Make it whatever you want. Okay. So there's a few options in here. Let's pick Val, because Val loves to be featured on all of our marketing.
Stop it. Wait, don't.
That's like literally her favorite thing. She's like, thank you so much for putting me on all your marketing. And then I'm going to go to edit image. So you do this for your own photos too. Edit image, you're removing the background. It should just leave Jason and Val. We'll see how this works. AI, again, doing some editing. Before you used to have to hire a graphic designer to do this. Technically, you still did because we designed this for you. But here's Val. Okay. So there's.
Wait, you designed the how much stuff?
Uh-huh. So I designed this and made it available for you. So look at how quick this is to make this your own.
This is super cute.
Instantly became Val.
Super.
We're going to arrange, send backwards, arrange, send to back. There we go. So now it's her. And then I'm going to add with people. It's always nice to add a shadow, a glow. So you're going to glow. See up here, the mouse is up here. Okay. And then my transparency, nothing has happened yet. The transparency, I'm going to go to white. Okay. I'm going to go to white, full zero transparency. So it's an outline, and then no blur. See that right there? See this like white? Okay. So there's a couple things, like it looks like her shoulder's missing, which is fine. We'll fix that. This in Val's photo, she wouldn't have a problem with this because I'm pulling from a picture of a picture. So that's why that's there. But here we are. And then let's delete this. And Val, are your colors whatever? We'll just go to pink. Okay, so we'll go to color match her shirt. So see, I press that eyedropper tool right here. I'm going over to her shirt, and now it's matching. Okay, and then that equity review is kind of blending in. So let's see what I can do there. I'm going to go to edit image, and then, oh, it's selected the wrong one. Yeah, effects. There it is. And then let's make this more. What do you like neutral stuff, or do you like colors?
Neutral.
Okay, so let's go to like a neutral, creamy, something like that. Okay. And you're good to go. And now Val just made her thumbnail. Okay. You download and save this thumbnail. And then let's say Val didn't like this background too. You can even go back and change that to whatever you want. You just pop it in the back. And then you always just press send to back. Arrange, send to back. Okay. So whatever you like, I don't care how you do this. I don't care what your style is. Switch it in Canva. The template is there. You save this, and that is now your header. Okay. And then the script that we wrote, you copy and paste that script for the equity review, and you have just created your first equity review email. Okay. Very easy. It is done for you. Okay. you elevate this. The templates are in the Instant Design Center. Okay. So you elevate this with a video. So Sandy's going to put her video in there because she made a video. Cindy's going to put a video in there because she made her video. And you're going to put your content in here. Okay. And then it's done. Any questions so far?
Who do you send it to? Like, how do you organize your fund? I think that's my,
Okay.
what I overthink with the classmate.
Okay.
I have 10,000 names.
Yeah, because I
Who do
think
you
it would
send
be,
it to?
would this be like a cold email, like just to everybody
I
or
would
to the
send it
people
to
that?
everybody.
So I would argue,
Exactly.
well, I'll share with you two examples. Okay. So one, I have some targeting here. Okay.
Okay.
So I have how to target people. I think segmenting is the key to successful marketing. I don't think that anyone that I know who just blasts it out to everybody has success with their newsletters. I don't know if you guys have met anyone who has success like that. The people that I know who have success with newsletters segment their audience: buyers, sellers, past clients, open houses, Zillow leads, right? There's different categories. So if you're doing the things that you're saying, that we say to do, which is segment your audience in Follow Up Boss, then you're off to the races. Okay. Bare minimum, I'd rather you start and send it to everybody and then segment later as you start rebuilding your newsletter. Okay. So how do you segment? That's why we use HomeBot. HomeBot is going to get people to register on the buy side and seller side in your mailers, which means that people in your farm who subscribe to HomeBot, you can now take those homeowners that you know were interested and signed up for HomeBot, put them in your newsletter as Sandy Chang, what is the Canyon Lake Farm, and then mail Canyon Lake information in her newsletter because she knows 100% that it's coming from Canyon Lake because they signed up on HomeBot, and the only way that they're signing up for HomeBot is through the mailers, right? Same with buyers. You have the buyers at the open houses, and they're only signing up through this buyer open house QR code. And then, you know, those people are actively searching for homes. So what are you going to do? You're immediately going to send those people property listings. And the property listings aren't going to be from Zillow. Property listings are going to be from your IDX site. So Wailopo, right now it's Boomtown. And you're going to send listings with your branding and name and info on it. Top 5 houses. Okay. Let's keep going with the topics. So equity review farm, welcome emails done. Homeversary, you're taking that mailer design that I showed you guys in the last week's class, popping your face in it, putting the homeversary, quick little message, happy homeversary. The script is already written for you guys. You just take it and put it in. Okay. HomeBot. So that's Cindy's video that she did, the introducing HomeBot video. That script's done for you. Just copy and paste it. So if you're not good at video, or you don't want to do video, or you overthink it, then just copy and paste and put the text in. May is the hottest month to sell. Did you guys know this? This is the email that needs to go out. There's 2 emails that need to go out this month. Okay. Did you guys know May is the hottest month to sell? Okay. So let me give you some context. First, if you don't hit your month 1 through 3, so Q1 goal, it's very, 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 very unlikely that you're going to attain the rest of your goals on there. The reason why is because the lead gen that happens in the first quarter of the year affects the spring market. The spring market is the highest selling and most active market in real estate history ever, always, forever, permanently. That's just how it is in America, especially in California. So if you do 1 deal in January and your goal is 15 deals, it's okay if your goal was 1 deal in January because you know you're planning to do 7 in spring. Okay. But if you're not hitting even the bare minimum goal, which is usually a much, much lower number, it's very, very unlikely that you're going to hit that much, much higher number when the leads come in. Okay. So this is why it's so critical, that why we're hitting this in March. It's so critical to be actively marketing now, because that always pays off later. A perfect example, again, we know that it takes 3 months to generate a lead and to get them to move forward in the cycle. So I'm going to know, and Steven's going to know, and Selena's going to know each and every one of the people who was actually working the past 3 months and the people who weren't working past 3 months. We're simply going to know because your deals are going to start rolling in. So our mentees started closing deals, opening up escrows. Okay, we know they're working, right? But what happens to the people who aren't opening up escrows? Then they're probably not doing money-making activities. They may be working, they may be wasting a lot of time doing something that might not be working and benefiting, right? They're spending time working, but they're not actually doing money-making activities, right? So that being said, you have to heavily market in March, especially to get those April and May buyers and sellers, specifically sellers. So we gave you, let's go into Canva, this message to send, and we asked you guys to send it. How many of you guys actually sent it at team meeting? We said to write it down. Do you guys remember?
Email.
So Val sent it.
I sent it.
You sent it? Okay, good. Did you get any responses from it?
No.
Okay. Send it again.
Like question mark.
Yeah. So this message right here, entryway. This message right here should be going out to every homeowner that you know possible. And then this is how you use this in the newsletter more strategically. Okay. So this is why you use a newsletter and not just send it via Gmail or not just send it via text, because what you're going to do is you're going to put, if I can sell my home for blank, I would list my house this spring. There's a typo right there. List my house this spring. And then what are you going to do when you get no responses? You're going to resend it to all the people who didn't open it. And the only way that you can do that is if you have MailChimp or BombBomb as a newsletter. So you can't do that with Gmail. You can't do that with text. The only way is through a newsletter. So you're going to resend it to everyone who doesn't open it. And then what are you going to do? You're going to get more opens. And then you're going to resend it to everyone who didn't open from that list. And then you're going to get more opens. And then you're going to resend until everybody opens it. Exactly.
Open it and you don't respond.
I know a lot of my people have opened it like 5 times.
Mhm.
They haven't responded to it.
So
What if you said like,
The amounts. Maybe they're overthinking
ask
the
them if
amounts.
they saw your email because I don't know, your email hasn't been working lately.
yeah, so that's exactly what I was going to say is ideally, you know who these people are and you're texting them and saying like, hey, just wondering if you got my email, right? And then you literally, it's one of the few times that you use the word just. Okay. I hate using the word just, but in this circumstance, you want it to feel like it's no big deal, right? I was just wondering if you had saw my email. And then they're gonna be like, no, what email? I didn't check. And then you can say, go check it. Or you could say, here, copy and paste and screenshot and be like, did this go out? I've been having issues with my email, right? Have conversations, like natural conversations with them.
Same thing with the neighbors, right? Just give them a call and hey, just wondering if you saw my email. I just got out of.
Yep. So in my geofarming class last week, which you could rewatch on Inspire You under geofarm, it shows, I said, you're going to send the mailer out. Then a week later, so we sent it out on Thursday. It delivered Thursday. So this Thursday, Sandy's going to be calling all of those people who she sent it to saying, hey, did you get my mailer that went out? The home anniversary mailer, right? Did you send it out? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I sent you a share of it.
yes, that's right. So you actively are able to start having conversations. This is powerful. And then you can say, hey, and by the way, like if they're interested, they like some stuff, as the conversation goes on, get them to join your newsletter. Now you have the newsletter for them to fall back on. You didn't have that in the past, right? So you're creating structure, things that are in place. The mailers are in place. The newsletters in place. If you're doing video, the videos are in place. Okay. These are things that are filling your funnel and adding to the conversations so that you don't have to be doing it. Right. So these two need to go out. Okay. May is the hottest month to sell. Okay. So let's Google, why is May the best month to sell a home? Okay. I'm much more interested in showing you my mindset of how I put together a newsletter than like giving 100% just quick answers on it, right? I want you guys to know how to sell and or how to market. It's a skill set. Okay. When is the best time to sell a house? February 28th, 2023. It's going to take 9 minutes to read. We're not going to read it all. You could have ChatGPT read it in 1 minute. Okay. So the best time to sell is usually considered the beginning of May. Homes that are listed end of spring and beginning of summer tend to sell faster, resulting in higher sales prices. Okay. On average, it's about, what did I put down? 2.5%, I believe, is the 2%. 2%. On average, homes sell 2% higher. On an average price point, 2% of 550, that's an average price point. 2% is about $30,000, $28,000 to be exact, rounded up, $30,000. So what are you going to do? You're going to write, sell your home in spring. Why? Because you are estimated to get $30,000 more than June, July, August, September, right?
Yeah.
So then they're like, oh, okay, maybe I should rethink my summer timeline for spring so that I get that extra 30K.
Right.
And then you link this article from rockethomes.com and they're able to read and reinforce. You're not lying. You're pulling the data. You're educating them. Okay. That's an email I would send out right now. Like I would send out, if I could sell my home for blank, I would list my home this spring. And why May is the hottest month to sell. Why May, you will get $30,000 more for selling your house, right? That's the kind of content that you need to be putting out. Okay. Not, hey, I'm just checking in on your home search. I'm just checking to see if you're interested in selling your home. Right. You're giving like really eye capturing, mind twirling, idea generating thoughts and knowledge. Okay. So for those market updates, I challenge you guys to do these top 3: interest rate, seller's market, housing crash. Oh, and then housing market debate continues. Okay. So that's 4 emails. Okay. Well, I gotta keep on juggling the casting. That's 4 emails. Okay. There's another one too. So you're saying there's a chance, right? That's your header. Instead of February market update below, you're going to say, so you're saying there's a chance. There's a chance at what?
Right.
And then they're going to click and they're going to be like, what is it? And then you're like, so you're saying there's a chance that I can buy a house for $30,000 less this month, but next month it will be $30,000 more.
Right.
Should I buy now? Should I sell now? Should I list now? Should I sell, list, XYZ, whatever you're trying to talk about, your argument. Okay.
Do you do this once a month? What's the cadence for this emails?
When to send on the 1st and 15th of every month.
Okay.
Okay. Who are you targeting? Buyer and seller leads, you're targeting them through HomeBot. Okay. If you want to get more granular, which I recommend you do, in the GeoFarm class, I told you exactly. So let's just pop that up real quick. And here's the thing. Like, I hope that you guys find that when I'm teaching you guys things, they layer over and over again. They're layering on each other. I'm not teaching you new strategies that are random and separate. They all kind of make sense together. Because why are we farming? We're farming to generate the consultations. The consultations I taught in January are the equity reviews and the listing presentations or the buyer consults, right? So everything layers together. You're not just learning a bunch of random things and then just doing it. So we hop over to the slides. The slides are in Inspire You. Here, there's even the voicemail drop, exactly what to say in the voicemail drop. That goes out for free through Slide Broadcast through Hector, which is a paid service that you guys get for free here. Okay. That voicemail drop goes out to everybody. Okay. This text is that equity call or text. Copy and paste it, turn it into an email. Okay. Hey, it's been way too long since I reached out. So this is your past clients. So for all of you guys that have past clients, everyone should have at least one past client, minus the 3 of you guys that just started, right? So, hey, it's been way too long since I reached out. Hope you're doing well. A lot of my clients have been reaching out, asking about their equity. I just wanted to give you a free home value update. I think your home is worth between $550,000 and $650,000. $100,000 gap.
Yeah.
Let me know if you have a few minutes to talk. I'd love to share more details with you, right? There's the home anniversary. That's what Sandy did. Lead with info on the market. So Zillow, hey, I was on Zillow looking at homes in your neighborhood. I actually was curious. I saw your home to be worth, let's say it said 530,000. I've got my idea. What's your idea? That's going to get a response. I guarantee it. Okay.
That's the text we're supposed to send out.
Yep. Screenshot. So Avery, you're working with a buyer who's looking for homes where?
Chino Hills.
Do you have that in a text? Hey, where are you looking for homes? Someone said Chino Hills.
Yeah.
Okay. So you screenshot that text and you say, hey, do you mind if I screenshot this text and send it to potential sellers? Maybe we can get you an off-market listing. What is your buyer going to say?
Of course.
Hell yeah, 100%. And then you're going to put that screenshot into a newsletter and you're going to say, you're going to go pick the subject line. So you're saying there's a chance. Okay. I'm just pulling these things together, just puzzle pieces. So you're saying there's a chance, question mark. And then I'm going to put the screenshot on there and I'm going to say, hey, name, and it'll autofill the name. I have a buyer actively looking this weekend, and we went and searched for several properties in Chino Hills. Since you live in Chino Hills, at what price would you consider selling your home? I have a buyer ready today. Call me. Phone number. See how easy that is? Send the email out.
Well, also when you're like meeting clients too, like let's say buyers at an open house, you can tell people that you send out messages and you can say your database.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's something on the market that, or if there's nothing on the market that they like, you say something I provide is I send it out to
Yep.
a bunch of homeowners that don't have their property listed. And we go, oh, okay.
Exactly. And what's that going to look like? This month, you might have a couple hundred people, or maybe you have 1 or 2 people subscribe to your newsletter. What does this look like in summer, fall, winter, next spring, when you've built your newsletter up? How powerful that's going to be as a value proposition, a tool, some structure in your play that when you're talking to a buyer, you're able to say, hey, I get 12,000 opens a month on my email because I send it out to the entire Canyon Crest area, right? Or the entire Canyon Lake area. So when you're working with me, this is the kind of results you have, and you show them the visuals of the opens, right? That's way more powerful. My name is Josh. A recent transaction just occurred. Did you hear about the price? Let them answer. Answer, it sold for X. Okay. So this is a circle dial option. Okay. So you're calling people and then you can say this. But I would also argue that you can go find a listing. So name a farm. Who's working a farm right now or a neighborhood?
Monument Ranch.
Monument Ranch. Okay. So you're going to find a listing that sold in Monument Ranch. That's not Nest. It doesn't have to be Nest. And you're going to say a recent transaction just occurred. The house sold for X, Y, Z, right? And then you're going to depending on if you're talking to buyers or sellers, you're going to adjust what you're saying. So let's say the home sold for $550. And because you're the market expert of Monument Ranch, you know that the average amount of equity is $150,000. Or probably realistically 300,000 right now. You know that they just gained an extra 50K in equity just by that house selling, right? Their home went from being worth 500 to 550. So they're gaining an extra 50K. So you're going to say a recent transaction just occurred. Did you hear about the price? You just got $50,000 extra in equity. Congratulations, right? Are you curious what we can do with that equity, right? Other people are selling their homes in May to get that extra 30K in equity, right? Or in sales price, right? You're pulling together this information and writing little market updates. Do you see how that makes sense?
Yeah.
So use these structures and then do it all the time. Do this same structure every single time a listing sells in your farm. Do it every single time instead of just one and done, right? You're using the template that you pre-write over and over and over again. Okay. HomeBot is easy. Inviting them to HomeBot. There's a script for that, video for that. The market updates are there, active listings, breaking news. And we're almost done here. Breaking news, local restaurants, screenshot buyer text, your client events. Okay. So here's another one that you can send this month. You have 3 that you can send this month right off the bat. You have the client events. We're promoting to Easter, the Easter event. We're planning to do those quarterly. right? If you're doing a buyer's webinar in Spanish, you're sending an email for that. Link every video you've ever made. The more content, the better. If you're making videos, moving out of state, I know agents across the country. Okay, through Tom Ferry. All you have to do is I don't care if you guys don't know a person in Tennessee. Tell it. Get a client who's moving to Tennessee, and if they say, "Hey, I need an agent," let us know. We'll go get the best agent in Tennessee for you. Connect you and say, "Hey, like this is Cindy. She's part of our Tom Ferry network," and then send them over and get a referral for moving out of state. That's like free business for you. Free 30%. You don't even have to do any work. All you have to do is be marketing the message so that California, the largest place of exodus basically in history, is happening right now. You're getting free referrals from it.
It's 25, isn't it, Josh?
25%. I don't know the percentage. I used to know it. I forgot it though. Oh yeah, 25%. You're talking referral. Yeah. I don't care if it's 10%.
Yeah, it's free money.
It's free money. I would take it. So that's a newsletter that you guys should have. Okay. And then buyer and seller workshop invite, and then converting text from the GeoFarm to an email format. Okay. And then the one last thing too. So these two go hand in hand, and let me explain why. Okay.
Which one?
I will tell you right now. So there's farming and then there's the newsletter. Okay. These two things work hand in hand. They both are like mailers, letters, things that go out. Right. But what I talked about here, and of course I said, if you control the listings, you control your income, and you have a lot more control over the market as well. But I talked demographic. Okay. And I said, there's the boomers, right? So we'll play a little video of the boomers waving. Boomers, okay. 4 million baby boomers will hit the market each year. Baby boomer homes will hit the market each year for the next 10 years. Okay. So why wouldn't we be hitting those people up, right? On the contrast, and that's mailers. Old people like mailers, handwritten notes, messages, face-to-face interactions. Okay. Then we have the rest of the gang. Okay. They're still old and surfing, right? Those Gen Xers.
Wow.
The people are healthy. Gen Xers are healthy. Yeah. So they're born between 65 and consist of 65 million people. And then millennials are the current leading home purchasing generation, who were born between 1981 and 1996. Then you got Gen Z, which is what is that? Gen Z, the oldest members of whom are entering the home buying market. Yes. Which is 67 million people. Okay. So I said, talk demographics, understand like what you're doing in your marketing. Okay. So that you're going to be more effective. Okay. Mailers, boomers, newsletters, rest of the gang. Okay. You're much more likely. And then even more so, get even more granular, millennials and Gen Z, social media. Okay. So you have your mailers going out to the old people who have $500,000 in equity on average, and we keep on finding that. We were over here playing with the different equity over the weekend on Friday. Then you have your Gen Xers, right? Those guys are getting newsletters, and then millennials and Gen Z are getting social media. And it's all the same content. Put your equity review video on social media, and it's the same thing as putting it on your mailer. And it's the same thing as putting it on your email, right? So you only created one piece of content. You're just putting it out to the different places. So do you see how the trainings are layering? It's one thing that you're doing, and you're layering it and putting multiple things in place, right? This is more segmenting. Okay. So this is why I argue you should get more segmented. 30 plus years of home ownership, 500K in equity or no mortgage. These people are out there. They have 2 stories. They need to downsize. Where are they going to downsize? Maybe from Menifee to Kenyon Lake to retire, right?
Sun City.
To Sun City, from Menifee to Sun City to retire. 55 plus communities, right? You're asking where can they move to buy cash, right? So all of this stuff is in there. There's schedules for all of it on how to actually put it out. These are the 4 things that you're doing in your newsletter, though. So it's all there. These two go perfectly hand in hand, the 2 classes. So if you missed out or you need a recap, I would highly recommend that you go back and watch it so that you can understand like the full picture of how you're targeting. Because basically what this looks like is if you do the newsletters and you do the mailers and hopefully social media, you're hitting every single possible client, which gives you the best options for success, right? But if at bare minimum, you're doing mailers and newsletter because you're afraid to do video or you don't know what to say and you don't want to go on ChatGPT to have it write a script for you, then you can just put this out, okay? And at least at bare minimum, you're doing this. And then what does this look like? You're doing this newsletter, mailer, plus your showings, plus your open houses, plus your phone call prospecting, right? And then you're off to the races.
The newsletter, you said averages once a month, right?
What do you mean?
The newsletters, how
That's the end of the class, by the way.
how
Cool.
consistent are you sending them out? Once a month?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would send.
The mailers, they're going out twice a month.
Mhm.
And
So-
you're using what platform for the newsletters?
MailChimp or BombBomb. I recommend, well, here's the thing. MailChimp has, what did I write down? How do I word it? Where is it? MailChimp has a healthy email server. Okay. So that keeps you out of spam. So generally, statistically, you know how your email goes to spam a lot of times. Have you guys noticed that? Okay. The reason why is because you're not sending enough emails that have opening. So that's something to think about. Okay. Additionally, if you use MailChimp, you're at least able to level up slightly more, and they have more open rates statistically than other email servers. Okay. So your email, when you buy at sandyhometeam.com, has no information on the back end, like internet vocabulary, dialogue, dictionary, information, data points, because it's so new or you just started it. MailChimp has existed for decades. So it already immediately elevates your authority. If you put your email under MailChimp, it puts it a step up in SEO, which stops it from being spam.
What is the cost for MailChimp?
MailChimp is free. Okay.
And BombBomb is
$50 a month, something like that.
If you want to do that.
Yeah.
The video. huh?
60. Yeah.
But then MailChimp, the account that they give you for free, it's only for a certain amount of account for a certain amount of contacts
Yep.
and a certain amount of emails.
Yep. So get started. And then eventually when you start building up your newsletter, buy more because you have more money to do it because you're closing more deals or talking to more people and having more opportunities. I think BombBomb is the best. Everybody that I like actively work with that especially when I was working and I had my own marketing company, I literally could guarantee a sale in their first year from BombBomb. Like I never not did that. My entire streak of doing marketing, I never not successfully got someone a deal from BombBomb, which means that they closed, let's say it costs what, 60 times 12, costs like $600-700 a month. Okay. But you close a year, but you close one deal and make $7,000 and you close one deal and make $7,000,
Right.
then it just paid for itself. And it paid for the next 7 years if you budget it accordingly. Right.
How's their server as far as?
And their server is good too. Yeah, their server is really good. So so both of these work. I don't care how you use it. I don't care if you post like once a month or twice a month or once every quarter. Like just get something out and do it consistently. Commit to that timeline. If you actually want results, which I feel like everyone should, this is something that you should do at the beginning of every month. Spend 30 minutes, pick from this topic, write it, and then schedule send. And then the schedule send is done for the month, for the 1st and 15th. And you know it's going to go out and you don't have to worry about it anymore. You just need to have that in your block of time for the month. And that's where I always say, like, you guys are working too much in your business and not on your business. You guys are not working on the structure that you need so that you're not having to do showings, right? If you have things that like replace you and duplicate you, then you can talk to more people, have more conversations, right? And they see you all at once. Those people who are showing get a newsletter, they get a mailer, they're seeing you on social, they're seeing you in person, and it builds a lot more credibility and it moves the needle faster than if you are just trying to cold call constantly or meet someone every single time at open houses. Like if you just did open houses, all you're ever doing is meeting new people over and over and over again, and you're not building enough like relationships, right? It's still good. I would do that, right? But it's not the only thing that you should be doing. Same with cold calling is not the only thing, right? But if you do it all, you have a nice marketing mix. And it gives you things to retarget to those people. So more resources here. You have the Canva, you have the Instant Design Center. So the banner is on there. You can make the banner however you like. I put one up there for you guys. The YouTube thumbnail is up there. That can be your thumbnail for anything, video or not video. Okay, just for the subject. The mailers are in Instant Design Center. Copy and paste those. If you're looking for activities, you could go to onlyinyourstate.com. That's really nice. You can go to copy.ai. That will also write you ad copy. Copy is not like copy and paste. Copy is writing in marketing. PropStream, I talked about last time. I think it's worth paying for, but you also said PropWire is free and it's the same thing. So I haven't used that one, so I don't know.
That's to pull out data, right? Like source information.
Yeah. So in that mailer, I told you exactly what to do in PropStream. So you can do that in PropWire too. I said, go to PropStream, change the interest rate to 4%. Those people didn't refinance. Okay. And they're thinking about selling, and it's not going to be shell shock to go from 4% to 6% when you have $500,000 in equity or $300,000 in equity. It's not shell shock to do a listing, right? So that's the kind of like strategy that you should be thinking. Don't just throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks.